Hello, hi everyone. I hope you guys are good. Good evening, and welcome to today's session. I'm sure you guys have some idea about today's session. We'll be having discussion with uh, one of the very bright young talents of today's and the tomorrow's. I'll introduce her in a few minutes. She'll be joining. There is some technical issue that is happening. We'll just see to that. Yeah, Maria, I think now I can hear you.
Yeah, so am I audible now?
Yes, now you're audible.
Okay, I think it was an issue with my mic, I think.
Okay, okay. ठीक है. No problem. Can you just come live now?
Yeah, I'll.
ठीक है.
Okay.
Hello. Hi,
Hi,
Maria.
sir. Hi,
How are you
sir.
doing?
Yeah, I'm fine. Now
Okay.
I'm audible, right?
Yes, now you're audible. You're audible, visible. Everything is good. So, how are you doing? How is it? Are
Yeah,
you at your end?
I'm fine. I'm at home now. And how are you, sir?
I'm doing great. The sir is also here, so he'll be joining in a few minutes.
Yeah, okay.
We can just start. So, Maria, first, let me introduce Maria to our people who have joined. Let me see how many have joined right now. Adil sir, if you can see, you can give me a count. Okay. Hi, everyone. Hi. Just give me a hi, everyone who has joined the session. Just give a hi so that we'll have a understanding of how many has joined. So today we're going to discuss about uh, the students who are interested for CS careers, because Maria, I'll just give a brief introduction about Maria. So Maria is currently a student of fourth year computer science engineering, and she is very passionate about coding and about software engineering. She has developed quite a lot of she has worked quite a lot in the software development fields. She has worked with some initiative by Government of India also, and currently she has two offers for internship. One is from Google as, SDE, software development, SWE, software engineering, and one from Amazon as software development engineer. So she has currently two internships, one at Amazon and one at Google, and she's most probably joining Google, right? So that's about Maria, and we'll start discussing about all the prospects that lie ahead in computer science engineering, and how the students who are really interested and passionate about computer science engineering, computers, coding, and software developments, they can go into these fields. We'll discuss with Maria about these things in detail, and hopefully you guys who are listening will be inspired. I'm very sure you guys will be very inspired from her story. So let's start with the beginning, Maria, right?
Okay,
So
let's start.
what I have heard is that in your 11th 12th, let's start from there, right? So in your
Yeah,
11th
sure.
12th, so you had PCM and B, right? So
Yeah.
you had biology also. And
Yes.
from there, how did you get into engineering first, and how your interest towards softwares and coding began?
Okay, so in my 11th and 12th grade, I had no idea about computers. So I took biology also along with my studies, and I was very passionate about mathematics and physics. So I had interest in those fields, and I want to pursue research in those fields. So I had an interest to join the academy institutes like ISA and IISC, but those tests were tough for me, and I was not at all interested in biology. Learning those names, by hearting names, that was a difficult part for me. And when the rank, that engineering test rank came, I got a good score in engineering entrance examination, and I was admitted to Government Engineering College, Thrissur, and I chose computer science because everyone said so. That is, computer is the trending branch now, and you will be taking a job just after you finish your studies. So that's the reason why I have joined computer science. And I had no idea about those field of computer science. What are they? What are computers about? I had no idea about that, and I have joined because I had a good rank in engineering.
Nice. So was this your like parents' choice, or was it like you heard from friends and seniors that computer science is the branch to take? Because as I always say to all the students we are having currently, that computers and electronics are going to be the two things that is going to dominate the world in the next 15 to 20 years, or
Yeah,
God knows in the next 50 to 100 years also.
yeah,
So like
yeah.
where did you get your inspiration from to join computer
Yeah.
science?
As I have inquired about the same, and I heard the same reply, that is, in the next 15 to 20 years, computers will be trending. Or as a second option, I have kept EC also, that electronics and communication.
Mhm.
I have opted for computer science just because I have heard my relatives as well as parents and my friends also said that computers will be trending in this years in the future, and in those who are admitted to mechanical or any other branches will also be pursuing computer a career in computer.
Nice.
So I thought that I'll try out for this BTech degree. I'll make it an experiment whether I like computer science or not. Then I can plan accordingly. So I have joined computer science.
Nice. And I'm sure a lot of students who are currently in your position, let's say, in the position you are in, like 3 years, 4 years before today's date, right? So they
Yes.
are also thinking the same.
Yes.
Should we, should we take computer science? What are the futures? How it is going to save the world? The questions, the similar kind of questions which you had back then,
Yes.
they're also thinking about the same things. So,
Yeah.
as Maria mentioned, the computers and electronics, those things are going to be dominating the world. So, you have currently in right now you are in fourth year of engineering, right?
Yeah, fourth year. That is seventh semester.
Seventh
Oh,
semester, you have already studied computer science
yes.
engineering. So, you are studying in Thrissur College.
Yes.
It's in
Kerala. It's
Kerala,
in
right?
Kerala. Yeah.
It's in Kerala. So, now the question comes, yes, you got yourself into computer science. Okay. Now,
Yes.
how did you begin your journey in coding especially? Was it a
Yeah.
coding, how was the coding culture at your college, and how did your interest toward coding or software development began?
Okay. So in the first year, I had no idea about what is computer science and what are fields that I can explore. I had no idea about the same.
Mhm.
And my seniors were very helpful, and they had arranged some classes for those who had taken biology and joined computer science. So
Okay.
there were a few students like that, and they uh, began to help us by arranging some classes in their free hours, and I have joined that. Then in the first semester, I think we didn't have a computer as a main subject. All that we had was physics, some chemistry, like that. It was common subjects.
The usuals.
So yeah, the
Usual
usuals.
subject.
And I had a base in those subjects from the 11th and 12th grade, and it wasn't very difficult also to score good marks at college. So I had so much of free time with me. So I had thought that all others are very much expert in computer science, and I haven't learned it, so I don't know nothing, I didn't know it. Like that, I had a thought in mind, so I began learning on my own from some online resources.
Okay.
But it was very difficult for me to understand the concepts of computer science in the beginning, because I was totally new to this field. Then in the second semester, I had some C
And
programming.
sorry to cut you off. So, and having no prior experience, right? You have never
No,
studied it in school
no.
also,
Uh,
11,
I
12th
think
also.
in 10th standard also some basics, like what are input devices, what are output devices, like
Hmm.
that some basics of computer science was taught to us, nothing more. So I don't know a programming language, what is programming, why programming. I hadn't had a prior knowledge in computer science. Then in the second semester, that is in first year itself, the second semester, we had C programming in college.
Right.
And in among my classmates, so many were from CS backgrounds, and they wanted to pursue a career in computer science, and they were aiming at computer science, and they have joined computer science. None of them was like me, because I hadn't a prior experience, and by viewing them, that is, I was watching them all the time, solving the problems as quickly as possible. That is, assignments will be given to us, and they were very quickly solving those problems,
Yeah.
and I was inspired by them. Actually,
Right.
I had thought that I was some inferior to them, so I have to learn a lot. So that fear was a motivation for me. And then it was very difficult in the beginning for me, and that was a time when our college closed for the corona pandemic.
Acha.
And so I thought that, okay, this will be a learning break for me, and I should return with having some confidence that I know some language, I know some computer science fields to be a
You took
expert.
you took it as a Corona challenge, huh?
Yeah,
At
yeah,
that time, it
actually.
used to happen, like 21-day
Yeah.
Corona challenge or
Yeah,
something.
actually, the break was initially like 2 months or so.
Yeah.
The lockdown was initialized to be 2 months or so. So I thought, okay, this 2 months I'll keep it for improving myself in computer science. And then the lockdown got extended.
Hmm.
And so I have I have heard that, okay, without any prior knowledge, you can begin coding, that too Python. I have chose Python as my basic coding language, and I
Acha.
have heard that Python is very easy to learn for beginners. So I have started with Python, and I have actually taken a course, that is, I think, in Coursera, an online platform, and I have learned the basics of this language, Python language, and that too thoroughly in those two months. And then I had C programming parallelly going in the college, so I could relate the both languages. That is, I have learned the concepts from Python, but I could apply it in C language, and I could solve the assignment slowly by myself. That is, I could solve it fully by my own without getting any help from any external sources. So that made me confident. Then the lockdown got extended, and I saw my friends slowly starting some extra activities. That is, some of them went to web development, some of
Hmm.
them started with the app development.
Started diverging.
So, yeah. So I have seen these people doing different things, and I have knowledge in only one coding language. So I started just like them. I have also taken some courses from the internet on web development, and I have slowly started learning web development on my own. And I have practiced developing some simple websites. And I used to participate in competitions, all sorts of competitions that were held in at my college. And in one of the competitions, I got a prize, a third prize also in web development. So that made me very much motivated. That and all my friends congratulated me for a beginner in computer science and to achieving a prize in web development. So all of them
We'll
congratulated
just
me.
we'll just give our clap here for few seconds. Let's clap this achievement. And this is like not only for you, for everyone who is watching, who is currently at this stage. Maybe they have joined college last year, or they
Yes,
are
sir.
going to join this year. They are
Yes.
joining for computer science, but they have this feeling, back of the mind. They have this feeling ki I have no idea about computer science, what I
Yeah.
will do, how I'll perform against those students who, let's suppose, they have some prior experience, have learned some coding languages, have done some programming, and participated in hackathon or anything.
Yeah.
So this is for like all the students. This will be a huge motivation point for them. Ki, yes, you don't have to have all the knowledge before joining computer science. That's what you are going to do in the college itself. You'll
Yes.
join, you'll find your interest area, whatever interest you can do it. And just like Maria did, as this is going to be huge inspiration for all the students watching. Because
Yes.
just imagine starting with no knowledge of computer science, learning on your own from online resources, and she got into web development and won some prizes in just 1 year. So that's really kudos to you as well as the students who are watching. Just remember, nothing will stop you if you have the intent and you have the curiosity to learn and to apply the concept whatever you are learning.
Yes,
Because
sir.
as Maria said, like she learned Python, but the concepts she learned, she can apply them in C programming, which is going on in college. So like nothing will stop you. Don't ever think, anyone who is watching this, don't ever think that you are not good enough, or your friends who are, let's suppose, learned many things before you, they will be way ahead of you. Is computer science,
Yeah.
within couple of line of code you can overtake them, right?
Yes, sir.
So
Yeah.
go on. Like, so
So yeah.
my question now is how you are able to manage with college and
Yeah.
your coding,
Yeah.
and the assignments, है ना? So how you could
Okay.
manage the time doing all these things?
Yeah, it was very difficult for me in the beginning. That is when I started into coding. But then I got interested in the subjects. I felt like I should explore more in this computer science fields. So it
Hmm.
was out of interest. I started exploring. And then during the lockdown time, the classes were online, right? So we had classes from morning to afternoon, and the rest part is free for us. There were some assignments given, but we had a lot of free time.
Hmm.
So initially I had actually wasted so much time by watching movies, like just relaxing basically. And then the lockdown got prolonged and there was nothing to do at home. So I started, okay, this is a free time and I could actually build something. So that thought came to me, and I have started participating in hackathon. It's actually, there is a sir from there's my teacher at college. He's Dr. Ajay James sir, and
Hmm.
he introduced us to hackathons, participating in hackathons,
Can you, for
and
like, uh,
yeah,
for any beginner or newbie, can you explain or define hackathon? Like, what is hackathon?
okay,
How this happens, and what do you do there? How you get
okay.
invited, and so on.
Yeah, hackathons are basically some competitions. That is where a problem statement will be given to us. That is, first we have to join as a team, and we'll be given a problem statement that will be related to some real world problem. For example, climate change or something like that, water shortage. Like
Mhm.
that, some problem statement will be given to us, and we have to think solutions, that how will we build something with this knowledge in our hands, and how will we build something to solve that problem. So we'll just actually I got admitted to this hackathons. I have participated just because of this collaboration. So it is lockdown and I can't see my friends. So if we are came together as a team to build something, then it would be exciting and there is some interaction going on between us. So it
Mm.
was interesting. That's the reason why I have participated in hackathons, and it was actually fun all the time. That those problem statement will be think that is we'll be brainstorming different ideas, we'll be collaborating, and the most important part is that we'll be building huge projects in just 1 to 2 days. Most of the
Wonderful.
hackathons will be from 24 hours to 36 hours. We'll be given a problem statement and we'll have to build something to solve that problem within 36 hours, or just it will be just 24 hours. So in the nights will be sleepless, and we all will be joining in some Google Meet or something and discussing the problem, build the solution, search the net, and finally we will have something at our hands. A project will be made. If we sit actually, if we build a project, we'll think about it, then we'll allocate some 2 months or so for completing that project, and the project may get not completed after the 2 months also. But
Yeah,
in the hackathons we are put a constraint that we should complete this within this 24 hours, and there will be some exciting prizes also. I have won some earbuds in a hackathon. So
nice.
for these interesting prizes and the collaboration with our friends, will be excited to participate in those hackathons and will be motivated to build those things in just 2 days.
Hmm.
Okay,
That's
so
actually a nice point you mentioned. Ki if
yeah,
there is a constraint, if we put like any kind of constraint, especially time, you have to
yeah,
build this within, let's suppose, say, 2 days or 5 days,
yeah,
then you definitely going to find out or figure out a way to
yeah,
do something, like build something within that time. Yeah, I remember one
exactly.
of the famous quote by Elon Musk is saying ki, if you're going to clean your room, if you allocate 3 hours, you will do it in 3 hours.
Yeah, three
If you
hours.
allocate 6 months, you will do it in
Yeah,
6 months.
6 months.
So
Exactly.
even if you are not completing a project in 3 hours, so
Yeah,
hyper restricting the time is actually a feature rather than a bug. So
yeah,
that's really awesome. Actually, that's a good insight.
yeah,
Like all the
yeah,
students are listening here also. If you are just keeping something key, how will do it in 1 month, 2 months, just reduce the time limit, and then you see
yeah,
you can definitely improve manyfold
yeah,
in that. So
yeah.
coming
So
to coming to your web development endeavors, like you have participated initially, you started getting interested towards web development, right?
yes.
So uh, how did you learn web development? Like, is there any prerequisites to learning web development, or
Uh,
anyone can just directly jump into that? What is the process of that?
Actually, any beginner can learn web development, and there are some huge, there's some good resources in the internet also. I have began learning this web development from Coursera. I had
Mhm.
chosen one course, but I didn't get the full understanding of how it works. So
Okay.
I have taken another course that is in Udemy, and our instructor was Angela Yu, Miss called as Angela Yu, and she had really made the concepts very much simple to understand. And I have learned this course from Udemy, and that was my introduction to web development. In this course, we had not only the theory part but also the development part. That is, we can practice what we have learned. She will give
Mhm.
assignments and we can do it ourselves, the coding part, and we can build websites. So when we see that we can actually develop websites just from the little base theory that have we have learned, we'll be very much excited to know more. So this course is what I recommend to start with web development, and the rest part is just googling. That is, we can Google it, and it is just the base part. We have to build it from any course or something. The rest is practicing from any website, by making any website, and all your doubts can be solved by Google actually. If you have any doubts, so you can just Google it and you can build your websites.
Like
And
someone have already worked on something similar, and they would have left some trails for you to catch on. Okay, if
yeah,
you face any difficulty, you can also follow this solution that I figured it out, right?
yeah,
Is
yeah.
that called open source? I'm not very sure.
Yeah, open source is just anyone can. Yeah, you said is exactly right,
Hmm.
and anyone can contribute to the open source. You can help the society to build a product. If for an example, if we take the situation where one builds a product, and some one of the persons will be coding a small part and putting it on the internet. Anybody can follow up your contributions. You can give your contributions, and somebody will review it, and if it is right, okay, they can add your code into it, but
Okay.
you will be given a credit for contributing that part.
ठीक
That
है.
is open
Nice.
source.
So, right till now, we have talked about how you began your journey,
Yeah.
from your 12th class, with having biology as a subject, also still how you got into computer science and coding, how you initiated your passion for coding, how you found it
Yes.
out, and how you went into web development. Now,
Yes, sir.
like, tell us how long it will take for someone to feel confident on their coding, and
Okay.
is there any point where you also figured out key, you know this now I'm very confident on my code,
Okay.
or you like feel awesome while writing the code ki, ha, now it's
Yeah.
done.
Okay. During my second semester, I was with this web development, and then I jumped into app development. But
Mhm.
all these situations were I was just exploring all the fields. Just I was putting my legs in two boards, I think. Like, I was not staying with one thing. I was just jumping to know more, to explore more. But then I realized that it is not the right thing to do. I want to focus on one thing. So I had interest. I hope everybody will have to join a company like Google, Amazon. So I began searching in the internet. Okay, what are the required resources for reaching those companies? And I have learned that it is not these web development or your skills matters, but they will be checking our coding skills. That is the basics that we develop. So they'll be checking one subject called as data structures and algorithms, which will
Okay.
be taught in third semester. It was taught to me in the third semester in my computer science branch and at college. And it was that subject that these companies, FANG companies, were concentrating on. So I thought that I will just keep a post to this development part, and I'll start this DSA, that is data structures and algorithms. I'll just code that. I will start practicing DSA, and the basic theory I started learning it in third semester at college. And it is not that just the theory. We have to keep practicing to be better in that. It was just like practicing some JE questions during your JE preparations. You will be practicing more. It is not just the theory, right? It is the problems, the number of problems that you solve. It will make you more confident. So it the same theory, same logic will work in this coding also. You have to just learn the concepts and then practice. So I
Mhm.
started it in the third semester, and then I went to YouTube for learning these theories in depth. And then I started practicing it in some online coding platforms. And it I'm just I feel that you will not be confident that okay, I'm fully confident to apply for Google. That feeling will not come at any point. You will
Acha.
feel something incomplete. You no, you are not ready. That feeling will be there,
Hmm.
but you should apply for it, and you will be rejected many times. And then after some time, that is I think 1.5 years to 2 years of coding practice, you can start applying. And rest is the destiny, I think. I
Rest
believe
is
that it
just
is the,
history.
yeah, yeah, it is just history. You will
Now,
do your part, and then the rest will follow, I think.
hmm. Now, Now let's begin the interesting journey. How did you get into? Dulce, can you just mute yourself? Huh. So how did you get into Google and Amazon?
Yeah.
uh, Guys, if anyone joined late, I'll just give you a hint. Maria has internships from both Google as well as Amazon, software development engineer and software engineering internship. So how did that journey begin, and how did you got the chance, and how did you get into Google?
Okay. My introduction was this when I learned that found companies will be asking DSA. That was my introduction to joining Google, I think. That is when I realized that point, when I realized those not those web development part, app development part will not be that much relevant. They will be relevant as we have built something, but they are more checking on how your coding works. That is how well you are with coding, your basics. So I have started this journey, I think, in third semester. And there was one friend of mine. She also practiced coding, and her brother actually works in IT field. So he was who he advised us that you should practice DSA. These all those skills can be practiced later also, but you should build a good knowledge in DSA. So, okay, we started with DSA, learning the concepts from our college. And there was one book called Introduction to Algorithms by Thomas Corman. And this book was amazing. And I have read it at my college. And the theory part will be clear by reading this book. And you can also opt for some other resources like there are many YouTube channels in uh, which clear the concepts of DSA, and I have learned the concepts, and by practicing it will be clear. But initially we will not be that expert in this coding part. That is, we'll know the theory, but you can't practice the solution, the questions. So, as a beginner, I have started practicing on a site called Hacker Rank, and I would solve coding problems that are listed there. I started with easy problems. Then, after I got some confidence solving easy questions, I will jump to medium questions. Like that, I have solved some questions on Hacker Rank platform. That was when I was introduced to a platform called Lead Code by one of my seniors, and I have started practicing in Lead Code platform. And it is a platform that is contains some DSA questions, all in all easy, medium, difficult levels. And there are also some questions that are top 100 questions asked in Google. Like that, we'll get questions based on the company also. It will be split up company wise. And I started practicing on Lead Code also. But then Lead Code was had many questions, actually, meaning much more than what is expected from a student. So we'll not know where to start, how many problems, which are problems that we should solve. That guidance was not there. So I have learned that one platform called as Algo Expert, and it was an amazing platform, and it had about 160 questions, and all those 160 questions were similar to Lead Code platform. And I have started this practicing in Algo Expert platform, and they had questions from all these topics. In DSA, we have so many topics to be covered, like arrays, linked list, like so many data structures are there for us to learn. And all these data structures will be having different types of problems. No problem is new in the interview. All problems will be a slight modification of what we have practiced. So there are so many methods which we should learn, and a slight modification will be asked in the interview. So I had practiced this coding questions on the Algo Expert platform, and it had a good explanations to the problems also. And then we had also the provision of mock interviews in that Algo Expert platform. So I have mainly practiced coding in both these platforms, Lead Code and Algo Expert, and that is the introduction to my coding journey. Then it was very difficult initially to do these problems daily on a daily basis, and I have found that if we break for some time, that if we do not code the problems for some time, and if we take a break, then everything we have learned so much, built so much, will be lost. We'll have no idea when we restart. So I think daily we should practice coding problems and build on what we have built until now, and we have to keep on building. So I think practicing daily is the secret of success,
Coding.
I think. Yeah.
Yes, nice. So basically, in one day you'll not achieve everything. Okay, you have to
Yeah.
keep on practicing continuously. Might take 1 year, it might take 1.5 year, it might take 6 months also. But
Yeah.
you will feel confident as you go along. This is called compounding. Like whatever you have learned, you'll just build upon that, you build upon that, you build upon that, and so on and so forth. So
Yes.
if you just continue practicing every day, so obviously, definitely you will improve. Like any new students who will be listening to us, listening to you today, they might be having setting some expectation for themselves. Can you give
Yes.
some like rough estimate, how many
Okay.
DSAs you can solve initially, and as you
Okay.
go on becoming little bit confident or expert, having little bit of expertise, how that number changes?
Okay. Initially, I started by coding one coding problem per day. That is, I'll invest 2 hours per day. That is, daily I will invest 2 hours for coding, and I would split my time such that for the college hours I will do my college activities. Then I will do some time for coding, and some time will be given for projects. So in this coding part, I given 2 hours for coding, and I'll just keep in my mind that okay, at least one problem needs to be solved perfectly and during that time. And in the project hours I will do some extra works like web development or app development and build some part of that project. And coming to coding, initially I was not able to achieve, even I couldn't solve a single problem on several days, and I will just sit with the problem like that. And in the beginning, it does not matter. You can think as long as you want. You can try to solve that problem by your own. But as you reach closer to the interviews, I suggest that you should not sit with that yourself. You can take help from Google. That is, you can take all those solutions will be there in YouTube or any coding platform. So after thinking for about 45 minutes or so for one question, you can invest some 45 minutes or so, and then you can just Google it and learn the solutions. And the next time also, if you didn't get, you can Google it. Then the third time, it will be clear that you have solved that question before, so it will just come automatically. You can improve like that. So initially, it was just one question I was practicing. Then I slowly become confident that I could within that time span I could solve this problem. So I just increase the number to 2. Then like that I just slowly I started
Improve.
increasing the number. Then that 2 hours part I keep on increasing it to 3 hours, 4 hours, like that. It is just basically up to yourself. How it works for you, you can change accordingly. For me, if the whole day, if I keep in this coding part, it was very difficult for me to manage. So I think it is up to oneself how you can uh, be confident in coding. It is up to yourself. You can just increase. Only thing is you should be better today than yesterday. You
Yes,
have to
that
keep
should be the target.
improving yourself. Yeah.
That should be the target. That should be the objective. Yes, every day just improve upon what you
Yeah.
uh learned yesterday. Now, Maria, I'm sure with the in this journey till your internship now in Google, which is I believe it's starting in February, right?
Yes, it is in
Okay.
February.
So in this journey, you might have faced a lot of challenges, है ना? Maybe
Yeah.
both in terms of resources and also loss of motivation. Like it happens whenever you
Yes,
build
sir.
some project and get stuck somewhere. Did this also happen in your journey? Did you get stuck somewhere? And how
Yes, sure,
how
sir.
did you motivate yourself in that journey to stay motivated, stay on the course, and how did you overcome those things?
Okay. First of all, I was from biology background, so I had a motivation that I should be better. I should be comparable with other classmates of mine. So that motivation kept on keeping me in pace with others that thought was there behind me. Then my father used to tell me that it is hard work. Hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard.
Nice.
So there were many people in my college who were more talented than me, but they might not work hard. So I used to work hard and I believed in hard work. And first of all, I started with this web development part. All in all these cases, then I jumped to coding. In all these cases, I felt demotivated. I felt like it was so much. I was getting so much pressure. But then I this thought that I should be in some good companies like Google, Amazon, like that. That the thought was there, and I used to see some motivational videos of the coding journeys of previous that those who are in Google right now, their coding journeys. I used to watch it in YouTube. So and their life at Google, that all videos motivated me. And then when I feel exhausted, I'll just take 1 or 2 days of break. That is, I'll just drop everything, that academic part, everything I'll just drop, and I'll watch movies, I'll relax, just stay relaxed. And I should say that took mindful breaks. That
Yeah.
I was like, it was completely break for me. It was complete relaxation for me. And then after 2 days or so, okay, I'll just feel like, okay, I'm completely refreshed, I got energy. Then I'll just continue the work. Okay, it's time to come back to work, and I just continued. And if a couple of weeks I'll work, and then I'll just take this breaks. And
Again.
that was how it kept me motivated in my journey.
That's actually a really good point. Like a lot of students I know, they'll just keep at it, even if when they're stressed to the limits. Like taking the break at the right time also works wonders. That's
Yeah.
what you should learn, when to take break and when to double down up on something. Take breaks in between. That actually improves the productivity and your efficiency. That's a really nice point.
So one point I would like to ask Maria. I don't know whether it's covered or not. I joined late, so sorry guys. First of all, so you talked about the technical skill required. Companies like Google, Amazon, and other fan companies, man companies, right? So could you please also share
Yes,
your
sir.
thoughts, like how these students, because they are going to join college now, all the students in first year, second year, third year, how they should work on other skills, like apart from the academics knowledge, like their communication skill, the leadership skills, right?
Yes,
What
sir.
all qualities they look for and how they should work from the initial years.
Okay. First of all the companies will be looking for mainly your basics in technical knowledge. That part I have covered, and the rest part is the communication and your attitude. That you should be always stay energetic, motivated. Like you should be enthusiastic, and then you should be expressive in expressing your knowledge. That is, if we got the solution also, you should just make it expressive, and you should communicate it well so that the interviewer will understand what you are meaning. That is, you should be able to communicate your knowledge and your solution to the interviewer in its full depth. So I think it is a communication skill and your attitude both matters at interview, uh, and as well as your technical knowledge. More than that, I think your attitude matters a lot. You should stay positive and explain. You should not be scared or something. You should be just stay motivated and stay positive while communicating your solution to the interviewer. And for me, from the first year itself, I have been practicing these soft skills. That is, the first year is majority of the time it will be free. That is, we have been learning that in the first semester I had just physics or basic chemistry, like that. Those subjects were there, and you will be you have already studied that in 11th and 12th grade. So you have more free time during the first year, and it is the time where you can develop these skills. So in my college, I have joined many clubs, and where like IEEE, like that, so many clubs are there, technical clubs as well as this extracurricular activities also. And so that, like, you can interact with more people, so you will be just communicating and you will be practicing communication. And also you can develop the technical skills on the side. So in the first year, I will suggest you can just make yourself aware of what all things are there. You can be just expressive, and you can join so much clubs, network with people, so that you will come to know about more opportunities. What our college lacked is that I didn't have knowledge during my second year. Also, I didn't have much knowledge about those internships. Actually, there are many internship opportunities for starting from second year. In Google, I think there is a step intern opportunity that is for second year students, and I was not aware of it during my second year. So, in the first year, I'll suggest networking with people and getting to know about more opportunities. Then developing your skills also, that is your communication skills, if leadership skills, all those soft skills you need to just
Rightly
develop
said.
during your first.
Rightly said. Like they should focus more on networking with their seniors, networking
Yes,
with their
sir.
their circle, students from different branches, and participate in different events and all, which will make them more effective in communication. And just one point I want to clear, I think Maria, you can also give your thoughts. Communication doesn't mean how well you speak in English. It
Yeah.
means how well you explain whatever thoughts you have in your mind, right?
Yes, sir.
And how confidently you are expressing your views, right? This is
Yes.
what they look for, and this is what exactly they see in the people and all key, how well they effectively they are speaking and expressing their words. So
Yes,
would you
sir.
like to say anything on this?
Yeah, all these companies are hiring freshers basically. So they will not be expecting these fresher will be of great skills. They will be skilled as a professional. So they are looking for a confident person with a positive attitude for learning. Just that they should learn more, or like they should show a positive attitude for the company. So you should be a bright student with fundamentals, cleared fundamentals in your technical side. Plus, you should be able to convey and you should be able to collaborate by working with the team at your company. So you should just make it clear what you are thinking. In the case of Google and Amazon, all these companies, I felt they were looking for the thought process also. I was not able to completely solve the solution that they gave in Google. One of the interviews in Google was not able to reach the solution completely, but I could convey that what I was thinking. I was thinking in this direction. I could make it clear myself to the interviewer. So it is that skill. It also matters as much as the technical part. So
Right,
that is what I.
right.
Very well said.
So
Very well said.
last one question from my side, you can quickly summarize it. uh like we do a lot of projects, right, and a lot of activities during college, and the important part is resume, when you submit your resume, right? And which is a very important thing. So if you can share your thoughts, like how they should work on their resume building thing, like effective one.
Yes, sir. From the first day in college itself, the part of resume building should start. All the skills that you learn, you should smoothen it effectively so that it can be put in your resume. So it is not, there is no point in keeping, okay, I have this certification with me, like that. There is no point in keeping. You should express it by doing some projects. What all theory you learn, it is not of use if you can't apply it somewhere. So if anything that you learn, you can do some project and you can keep it in the resume. So for me, from the first year, I was exploring in different fields, and I started web development, I started app development, and I was just exploring. And what all things I learned, I had built a project in that topic, and I will keep it in the resume. So in the resume part, these projects are just for the resume to be selected, and in the interview part, just your coding skills are being reviewed. This in the We have to build projects just for the resume, and there are millions of people applying to companies like Google, and we have to keep a resume so much so well that it should get selected from those millions. So what I did was, I had joined hackathons, and so I could get a product, that is a project built in just a short time frame, and so that it will be some brilliant work, and so that I could keep it in my resume also. And I have done that project in just a short time frame that then I have imagined. So that is a way to improve your project side. Then the next part is improving your coding profile in platforms like LeetCode, AlgoExpert, or so many platforms are available like CodeChef, Geek for Geeks. Like millions of platforms are available online nowadays, and in those platforms you can just code these much problems and put it on the resume. It will have some weightage. For me, I have solved about 90 problems in LeetCode and about 100 something problems in AlgoExpert, then some 50 something problems in Geeks for Geeks, like that. So you can keep this profile, coding profile in your resume. Then coming to the LinkedIn part, you should express what all you do in the LinkedIn profile. I had put my projects and my certificates in my LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a way of expressing yourself, like upgrading and showing that, okay, you know the skill to the those who view your profile. So it is very important to update your LinkedIn profile and keep it in the resume. Then the other thing is that if there is a much weightage for referral in companies like Google, as there are millions of applicants, somebody has to refer us for a more weightage. For me, I had a referral from Google, and one of my seniors referred me to Google, and I had this referral along with my projects in the resume, so that I got my resume got selected.
Okay, that's nice. That's really elaborative. I think students, uh, should focus on building their resume from the very beginning. Whenever you figure out key, this is the company I want to join, or this is the direction I want to go in, so start working instead of only reading or acquiring knowledge on those fields. Start working, developing small projects, work on small projects, solve DSAs, and build your profile. Both in LinkedIn and your resume should be ready to be selected. When you apply for these prestigious organizations, we have heard that the acceptance ratio is even less than 1 by 1,000. So you should really work on building your resume and your LinkedIn profile as well. Yes, Adil sir, you want to conclude?
Yeah, I think whatever suggestions given by Maria, I think you all should follow that, because she know all the possible paths, because she has gone through all those phases, and this will be a great advice if you follow it, and it will definitely help you to get a in not only internship but a good job in these companies. Anyone who is aspiring to join uh, companies like Amazon, Google. And I would like to thank Maria for giving your time, and definitely it will help our students to get a complete roadmap and help them to do better. And also for Pradyum sir, because it was like I was supposed to take care of this particular session, but because of some emergency I was not able to join on time, and he took care of everything. So thank you,
No
Pradyum sir,
problem.
to you also. And yeah.
Thank you, Adil
Thank-
sir, for inviting me here. I'll feel happy for sharing my experience with the students.
So if anyone, in future want any guidance, Maria, do you think like, I think they can approach you on LinkedIn platform,
Yeah,
right?
sure. They can approach me.
And we wish you all the best,
All the
Maria,
very
for
best.
all your future endeavors. And
Thank you.
we're certain that you get the PPO from Google. That's a big thumbs up
Yes.
from our side. We wish um, for a bright and brighter future for you. Just keep
Thank you.
going in the direction. You are already an inspiration for a lot of students, and I'm sure going forward also we'll have lot more conversations as as you progress in your career, and our students will be inspired from you. So thank you for joining, and wish you all
Thank
the
you
best.
so much, sir. Thank you so much.
All right. ठीक है चलो. So
Hmm.
students, I hope you guys got some glimpse into the world, the actual real life scenario, like how you should prepare if you are really interested about coding and joining organization like Google and Amazon. I hope this session brings a lot of in-depth knowledge from Maria, so that you will prepare yourself accordingly.
And a
And
very happy Diwali to all of you, like to
very
all the
happy to be a
students and
part
to
of
Maria as well, like a very happy Diwali.
Happy Diwali, sir.
it. Okay. So thank you so much everyone for
Yeah.
joining, and we'll close the meeting right now. Thank you. Have a good night. Bye bye.
Good.
Bye everyone.